We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a CTV special report. Now, reporting live from the CTV studios, here is Greg Swires.
Hi, I'm Greg Swires with CTV News, and this is a special news report. We are just minutes away from the anti-man's rebuttal speech on the attack ads sent against him by moveback.org. Let's take a quick look at the ads.
The anti-man. He claims to be the talk show host for the people. Well, how can he make this kind of accusation when he won't even hang out with the people? The anti-man has admitted that he's never been drunk, that he hasn't had relations with a woman in 5 years, that he spends up to 72 hours a week preparing and editing his TV show, that he's uncomfortable in bars and hates going to parties. In other words, he has no life. America deserves more from their talk show hosts. Moveback.org is solely responsible for the content of this ad.
Jay Leno and David Letterman have disavowed any connection with these ads. For analysis, we are going to go to pop culture expert Mark Time. Mark Time, have you ever seen anything like this?
Nothing quite this vicious, but back in 1976, Greg, I did see something along similar lines between Tom Snyder and Dick Cavett, and I'll tell you, it was ugly, but I haven't seen anything in any campaign this ugly before.
The anti-man had a lot of momentum coming up to this point. What effect do you think these ads are going to have on his career? Well,
Greg, you know, even though anti-man is very far ahead in the polls, in the public opinion polls, this could be devastating to the anti-man's career.
Thank you very much, Mark. We're now going to go to an old high school buddy of the anti-man to get first-hand knowledge on whether he had a life back in high school. Kyle Anderson, so did he have a life in high school?
Oh, well, thank you for this opportunity, Greg. I just wanted to say that this latest slanderous attack on the anti-man is just a new low for late-night television. And I think it goes to prove that he's got Leno and Letterman right on the ropes. Now, of course, we did have a great life together. We had a heck of a life in high school. We were party animals. And I remember we were even on the AV team together. We did the video announcements at school. We shot sci-fi videos for campus life. And, well, we were babe magnets.
Very good. So I guess the real question would be, did he have any girlfriends back in high school?
Girlfriends? Well, he was at all the dances. I saw him following some girls around.
Okay, that didn't really answer the question, but we need to go to the speech now. So here's the anti-man. Thank you people. Thank you for coming down and supporting me in this difficult time. My fellow talk show host watchers, we've reached a new low in the talk show community. These negative ads slanted at me are rude, inappropriate, and worst of all, personal.
That's right.
That's right. Thank you. Now, I don't know what MoveOn or MoveBack.org has against me. I consider myself a fair talk show host, and I don't understand these negative attacks that they have been putting towards me. But I'm here to address some of the issues, how lowly they are, about me not having a life. Yes, it is true that I spend at least 87 hours a week on the computer doing my show. But I'll say this to you. If having a life means getting drunk, being belligerent, sleeping with some woman you don't know and getting a funny disease because of it, then I am glad that I don't have a life. That's right. My talk show may be my wife. But you know what? That wife never looks down on me. That wife never criticizes me for anything I do. Yes, the sex is bad, but isn't the sex always bad in marriage? So I say to you people, I might have a different life than you. It's a life that is just as good as the party life, as the dating life. It's a life filled with content, filled with passion, filled with creativity, and most of all, filled with cheesy, bad skits.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, I want to say this to my opponents, Mr. Letterman and Mr. Leno. I would like you to directly denounce these ads. Now, you've been very subtle and coy, but I would like for you to stand up and stand with me and say that such slander like this is not accepted in the talk show community. And once again, like I said, I'd just like to thank everybody, my fan out there who's been very supportive, the man upstairs, Stanley Kubrick, who's given me much strength during this time. And I leave you with this, people, this one final thought. If I had a life, I'd simply be depriving it from somebody else. Thank you, goodbye, and keep me in your prayers. Well, that was quite the speech. Let's go over to Kyle and see what he thinks of it. Kyle, do you think he defended himself well in this speech?
Well, heck yeah. Leno and Letterman don't stand a chance. Go anti-man!
Okay, let's go mark time real quick. So do you think he stated his opinion very well and got it across?
Well, Greg, I'll tell you, I think Anti-Man answered a lot of the burning questions that the public has about him, and I really think that this should settle once and for all who's on top.
I'd like to thank Mark Time and Kyle Anderson for being on this special report, and I'll now return you to your regularly scheduled program.
This has been a CTV special report. We now return you to your regularly scheduled program, already in progress.